Okay, so today we are discussing about the concept of potentiometer, which is very important for NCRT as well as competitive exams. Okay, so before understanding this potentiometer, you should have certain basic knowledge about a simple circuit here. So this is an EMF E. A cell is having an EMF E in which the current I is passing. Here also current I is passing. Here also current I is passing. Okay. So if you consider a Kirchhoff's law, second law, for example, you are considering the loop. This is a loop in an anti-clockwise direction. See, if loop and current are moving in the same direction, what happens here? Current and loop both are in the same direction, means we have to consider minus I into small r. Here it is going from negative to positive. Loop is going from negative to positive. That means we have to consider plus E according to Kirchhoff's second law. Negative to positive means plus E. Then after that, here also loop and current are in the same direction. Loop is also anti-clockwise, current is also anti-clockwise. As current is moving from positive terminal to negative terminal, here also we should consider minus I into capital R. Okay, so which is equal to 0 here. This is the application of Kirchhoff's second law. Okay, so now what are you going to do here? So if you common out I, then it is going to become R plus capital R, which is equal to E. Therefore, I is equal to E by capital R plus small r. Okay, so we got the formula for I, that is current through the simple circuit. Current across the simple circuit. You also know V is equal to I into R. I can be written as V by R. I can be written as V by R. So you are substituting the value of I here in this case. So V by capital R is equal to E by capital R plus small r. Okay. So what is our aim here? What is our aim? Our aim is to find out what is small r here. What is small r? So for that, what are you going to do? You just write capital R plus small r by capital R is equal to E by V. So partially if you divide, you will get 1 plus small r by capital R is equal to E by V. So now you take this one to right side, then small r by capital R is equal to E by V minus 1 you'll be getting. Okay, so now what is the factor we have to consider here? After this, what are you going to get? Let us write here the right side. Let us see what is the next equation you're going to get here. Our aim is to find out small r. So small r is equal to capital E by capital V minus I into capital R. Okay, so in this way we are getting the value of internal resistance. Okay, so if you are going to find out internal resistance, this is the formula to find out the internal resistance. Okay, so this is the formula you have to find out. It is used to find out the internal resistance of a battery of EMF E. So in this way we have got an internal resistance. Now let us discuss about the circuit here. If you are going to consider this potentiometer, okay, so in this potentiometer, let us imagine this is battery of EMF E. This is a battery of EMF small e, let us imagine. This is the internal resistance of a battery, that is small r, and this is called as variable resistance, which is taken as RH. Rheostat it is called as. Whenever resistance is variable, it is called as a rheostat. Rheostat means here resistance can be increased or decreased. And this is the wire which is connected to the potentiometer primary circuit. This is the total primary circuit. In primary circuit, you will be having one battery which is called as a primary cell. This is also called as primary cell here. Okay, you have to remember that. This is called as a primary cell which is connected to the primary circuit. This is a primary cell. Okay, this is going to be the secondary cell. This is going to be the primary circuit. This is a primary circuit, and this is called as a secondary circuit. This is called as a secondary circuit. This is completely secondary circuit. This is going to be the primary circuit. So the same thing you are going to do here. You are applying the Kirchhoff's law in this case. Now you know the current I is passing here. Here also current I is passing. In this resistance also current I is passing here. The simple general formula you are getting from here is I is equal to E by R net. I is equal to E by R net. Net means what? Total resistances here. The same formula if you apply here also, what are you going to get? Here you will be getting minus I into small r, minus I into RH, minus I into, let us imagine this as a capital R. The resistance of the wire which is connected here is taken as capital R. So you can write I into capital R. Okay, this is the total circuit here, primary circuit. And here the loop is considered in an anti-clockwise direction here also. If you consider the loop as in anti-clockwise direction, then what are you going to observe here? So loop and current are in the same direction. You have to consider minus. That's why I written minus I into R, minus R into I into RH. And here if you imagine the EMF here, this is minus and this is going to be plus here. So loop is traveling from lower to higher. Lower to higher means is considered to be positive here. So you can write plus E, which is equal to 0. So if you send all this to the right side, you'll be getting E is equal to I, if you common out, small r plus RH plus capital R. So in this way you're getting I is equal to E by small r plus RH plus capital R. So this is the current in the primary circuit, you can say. We got the formula for current in the primary circuit. This is the current in the primary circuit. So primary circuit current. Now what is the meaning of potential gradient? This is a new terminology you are using in this case here. So what is the meaning of potential gradient? Generally potential gradient is given by letter X. So what is the meaning of this letter X? Let us imagine here. So here potential gradient means, potential gradient is nothing but potential per unit length. This is called as potential gradient. That means X is equal to V by L. X is equal to V by L if you can consider here. Here in this primary circuit case, let the total length from here to here. The total length from here to here is considered to be capital L. So from here to here, the total length is considered as capital L. Let us imagine the length is at the balancing length from here to here is considered to be small l. So this is a secondary circuit in which we are considering the EMF small e here, and this is a high resistance. This is a galvanometer. Why we are connecting the high resistance in this case here? What is the reason for connecting the high resistance? See, galvanometer is a very sensitive device. There is a chance of damaging of galvanometer, so we are connecting one high resistance so that the current should be blocked up to here and the galvanometer will be protected from damage, we can say. So high resistance is connected here. Okay, so let us see what is going to happen now. This is the EMF which is called as a primary cell EMF. This is a secondary cell EMF here. So primary cell EMF is distributed from this end to that end in this wire. Okay, so this is a secondary cell EMF which has to be measured. So our aim is to find out this unknown EMF. What is our aim in the process of potentiometer? If any cell is given to you, you have to find out what is the EMF of that cell. Okay, so this is the primary cell which is already present in the circuit. In the secondary circuit, you are taking the cell for which you have to find out the electromotive force. A cell is given to your hand and you have been asked to find out what is the electromotive force of that cell. Then what are you going to do now? You have to take this circuit diagram, connect this circuit, and this is the secondary cell whose EMF should be found here. Okay, so the EMF of this cell is E, and that EMF is distributed among these two ends. Okay, and what is the EMF of this unknown cell? You have to find out now. Then this is capital L and this is taken as small l here. Okay, so this is high resistance galvanometer. This is called as a jockey. This arrow denotes jockey here. Okay, so what is the meaning of this jockey? Jockey is nothing but this is the device which can be used to touch the wire here. If you touch the wire somewhere here, wherever the galvanometer is showing zero deflection, there we have to stop touching this jockey. So take this jockey and touch at different places. If you touch to left side, this galvanometer will show right side deflection. It is not showing zero. This is zero actually. If you touch left side, it deflect to right side here like this. And if you touch to right side, it will deflect to left side here. Whereas this is the exactly center which is taken as zero. So to get zero deflection, you have to find out the balancing length of this wire. Where is the balancing length of this wire? You have to find out here. So wherever you are getting zero deflection, that is going to be the balancing length. So small l is called as a balancing length. Okay. So from here to here, the wire, if you are considering for a potentiometer, that is capital L. Okay. So let us see what is going to happen now. So potential gradient is considered as x is equal to V by capital L now. And you all know V can be written as I into R by L. Okay, I into R by L. And you all know that just now we got the value of I. You substitute this value here. So what are you going to get now? So you'll be writing now E by capital R plus RH plus R in the place of I, and R by L you are going to write like that only. So this is the formula to find out a potential gradient. This is the formula which is used to find out the potential gradient now. Okay, so we got the potential gradient of a circuit diagram which is shown here. So next, once you get the potential gradient, what is the next factor which we have to find out in this case? We shall discuss now. Now let us see the another circuit here. The next part of the circuit explains how to find out the internal resistance of a given cell. So this is a cell given, you have to find out the internal resistance. This internal resistance small r you have to find out. Now this is going to be the primary circuit, this is going to be the secondary circuit. The first point is K is closed and K1 is open. Okay, so K is closed and K1 is open. What is the meaning of this? That means this is a high resistance. This is the secondary circuit, this is the primary circuit. If K1 is open means this high resistance is not connected to the secondary circuit here. So what are you going to see? Here, from here to here, the length of the circuit as we have given it is capital L. So if you find out the EMF of this cell here, you have to see that where is going to be the balancing length. Balancing length means whatever the galvanometer is present here, it should show zero deflection. So you have to place the jockey on this wire so that it is going to show zero deflection. Zero deflection if it is shown, that means this is going to be the balancing length. See this, what is the meaning of this? For example, you have taken one scale as a reference scale, and that scale is marked with 7 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 feet it is marked. And you want to see your own height. So you are standing here. You are standing here and your height is going to be 6 feet here. Okay, so your head is going to touch exactly 6 feet, not beyond that. As this is a reference scale here and your height is going to be 6 feet and reference scale is larger than that. So similarly this cell primary cell is acting as a reference cell. Now this is going to be balanced at this length L1. Okay, as the height of the person is balanced, is finished at 6 feet, even though the reference scale is showing 7 feet here. That means capital E is having a balancing length capital L, whereas the measurement of E1 is finished up to L1 only. This is just like this example here. So now what is going to be observed, let us see here. So when key K is closed and K1 is open, that means this circuit is connected, this high resistance is not connected. Then what happens? You have got the balancing length. Just now I told you here, X equal to V by L. Okay, I told you that potential gradient X equal to V by L, and that means V is equal to L into X. This is the general formula. This is going to be the general formula for potential difference. So it is going to be L into X. But in this case, balancing length is L1. Therefore, we have to write the potential difference between these two ends, that is V, is considered as L1 into X. That you have to remember, L1 into X here. So because potential difference is considered among these two circuit, therefore it is taken as L1 into X in this case. This is a general formula. This is a general formula. So L1 into X. Now the second step is K and K1 both are closed. Both are closed. Then what happens? When both the keys are closed, key is just like a switch here. If you complete the key here, if you keep the dot, means you are switching on. Both the circuits are switched on. The circuit is completed now. Now when this K1 is also connected, is also closed, then this circuit is also completed. Then after that you will check the balancing length. At this place balancing length will not show 0 because high resistance is present here. Okay, so what you have to what you have to do here, this is just like a variable resistance. Sometimes it is also called as resistance box. Okay, so now what are you going to do? You have to find out the balancing length. This time balancing length will not be L1, it will be other than L1, maybe greater, maybe lesser, whatever it may be. For example, now it is showing balancing length at this place only. So previously this is AJ was balancing length, now it is AJ dash is the balancing length. So previously balancing length is L1, as have written here. Previously from here to here balancing length is L1. Now balancing length you can consider to be L2, which is lesser than the previous one, because now you have to adjust the resistance such that it will show zero deflection somewhere else here. So when this resistance box is connected, balancing length will change this time. So balancing length will be different than the previous case here. Okay, so now let us see what is going to happen here. So it is V, potential difference across these two is V we have considered, and there is no other circuit here, no other connection. So here potential difference and EMF both are going to be same. So you can consider this as E is equal to L1 into X. Okay, now this high resistance is also connected now. Then what is the potential difference in this case here now? So potential difference in this case, when the key K1 is also closed, what happens here? Balancing length is changed to L2. Previously it was L1. Now after connecting the high resistance, the potential difference among these two will be the combination of high resistance and EMF both. Previously only EMF was connected, this was open, that means this is not connected. That's why you have taken EMF E1 here. Previously EMF E1 or E what it may be. So E1 you have to consider. Now this is also closed. So potential difference among this circuit is taken as V, which is written as L2 into X in this case here, because balancing length has been changed. Okay, so if you consider E1 as E, this is E1 here. Okay, so this is L1 into X, or you can take this as a capital E, this as a small e, you can write like this. So instead of taking E1 you can take E here, small e you can take. Then in this case now what are you going to get? E is equal to L1 into X, V is equal to L2 into X. We are getting this one. So now let us imagine these two like this. This is going to be, for example, equation number 1. This is going to be equation number 2 here. So what are you going to do in this case now? You can just do one thing here. you can write here 1 by 2. This is 1 and this is 2. So 1 by 2, if you consider, what are you going to get? So 1 by 2. Then 1 by 2 means you'll be getting E by V, which is equal to L1 by L2 you are getting, because X is going to be cancelled here. X is going to be cancelled. E by V is equal to L1 by L2. And you all know here, if you are going to write like this, what are you going to get here? Previously, we have derived the formula to find out the internal resistance. R is equal to E by V minus 1 into R. This basic concept you have to find out, you have to write here now. Small resistance R is equal to, you can write E by V minus 1 into capital R. So this is the basic formula to find out the internal resistance of any cell. The same formula I am writing here. Now in this case, so that is R is equal to E by V minus 1 into R here. Now you are writing internal resistance as R is equal to, instead of E by V you are writing now L1 minus L2 minus 1 into capital R. So this is the formula to find out the internal resistance of a cell by using the concept of potentiometer. Okay. This is the formula to find out the internal resistance of a cell. So once you know the balancing lengths L1 and L2. So here, what is the meaning of balancing length? Let us discuss. Just now I have explained. Here, balancing length is the length where the galvanometer, which is considered here, is showing zero deflection. It is showing the zero deflection, that is going to be the balancing length. Okay. So like this, we can find out the internal resistance of any cell which is given to you. Okay. So that's it. Now the next topic we shall discuss how to compare the EMFs of the two cells here. How to compare the EMFs of the two cells. We got the internal resistance. If two cells are given to you, then how are you going to compare the EMFs of both the cells? That I am going to discuss now. Now in this circuit, secondary circuit, if you observe, there are two cells connected here. Okay. The first point is K1 is closed and K2 is open. So that means in the secondary circuit, this EMF is connected and E2 is not connected here because it is open circuit, because K2 is not connected still. Okay, so then what happens? You will get the balancing length at L1 for the first cell E1. This is the primary circuit which was already discussed about the situation. Now the first thing is K1 is closed and K2 is open. What happens now? Balancing length is L1 you are getting. So for E1 you can write the balancing length as L1. Okay. So if balancing length is L1, you can write it as X. Okay. Which can be called as potential difference across the cell E1 here. Both are same now. V1 and E1 both are same. Next, in the second case, if you observe, K2 is closed and K1 is open now, which is reverse to the previous case. Okay. So if this is the case, what happens? Let us see. Now, so now you are getting the balancing length as L2. Now this E2 is closed and E1 is open, means current flows through the circuit now. Like this the current flows. And balancing length is taken as L2, which is lesser than the previous case. See, balancing length L2 is less means EMF E2 is less here, because EMF is always directly proportional to the balancing length here. So the next case is potential difference across the second cell is considered as V2, which is equal to E2, which is considered as L2 into X. Okay, so now this cell is considered as equation number 1. This is considered as, this equation is 1 and this is going to be 2 here. So what are you going to do now here? In this case, you will be doing 1 by 2. Then what happens? E1 by E2 is going to be L1 by L2. So finally you got the equation which is the required equation, you can call it as here. So this is going to be the required equation here. By seeing this required equation, you will understand one thing. If L1 by L2 is greater than 1, greater than 1. This ratio is greater than 1. Then what is the meaning here? That means E1 is greater than E2. Okay, if L1 by L2 is lesser than 1, means denominator is greater, numerator is less. It implies that E1 is less and E2 is greater. If denominator is greater, then only you'll get less than 1, like point to, in terms of points you'll get. So finally, by using this equation, we can compare the EMFs of the given cell. For example, if you have been given two cells, you can decide which is greater and which is lesser. Okay, so this is the final explanation for a potentiometer concept here. Thank you very much. All the best.